Yo, what is up, you guys? This is BossBoyTheWinKing here, and welcome to Boss Reviews, where we talk about movies, video games, and whatever heck I want to talk about. And today, I am reviewing the new show on Netflix, and its first season. This one is titled Castlevania. Now, now at first, when I first, at first before going into watching this show, I was pretty interested because I have heard of Castlevania, and yes, it is based on the video game series, in which in fact I've never played any of the Castlevania games in my life because I don't know, I just never how should I say it, never it I don't know. I don't know. Just saying. So I never had copy or played the video game ever in my life. And now, when I saw that they made like a show for Netflix, uh, I was like, sure, why not? Why not give this a shot? Even though I hardly ever talk about anything TV show related on this channel because mostly on this channel is focused more on movies, video games, and collecting and stuff. And now here we are reviewing this show. And now after watching this the full season of this show and its first season, in which I already said the first season twice, I gotta say this is actually a pretty awesome show to watch, in my opinion, because I really enjoy this show because of everything, the dialogue, the characters, and even the animation, which I hardly ever watch anime like. I hardly ever watch anime like ever. The only anime show that I watch is probably Dragon Ball Z, and that's probably it. Any other anime was just, I don't know. And now let's get into the plot. So the plot of this show is basically Dracula's wife, who is a doctor who knows everything of how to cure everyone. Has been killed because of all the church people hearing about Dracula's wife knowing everything and thinking that she's a witch, and so the people and even the church killed this wife, and now Dracula wants revenge. And so as soon as that's happening, we're being introduced to our how should I say, to our protagonist named Trevor Belmont. Yeah, Trevor Belmont is the protagonist that's going against the Dracula that's taking over the village. And now, while Dracula's controlling the village, he's killing everyone. He's murdering babies, in which when I saw that scene in the show, it was kind of a little disturbing, kind of I don't know, a little gross and stuff. And yeah, and I just gave you all the plot. And so what did I think of it? Again, it is good. It's pretty good. I recommend everyone to see it. And and the thing is that I just like everything, and which I always said that a lot. And now let's get on to favorite characters. My favorite characters in the show has to be the obvious Dracula, because he was pretty menacing, and when you hear like of what happened to his wife and why he's doing this, to why he's like killing everyone in the village, you kind of like felt sorry for him, and which that's one of the main things that I like in a village, that you feel sorry and you kind of sympathize with the villain. And yeah, and then another character that I liked was the protagonist, Trevor Belmont, in which Trevor Belmont was probably one of the best parts of the show, because and especially introduction in the not in the first episode, the second episode, where he's being introduced, where he's in the where he's in the bar trying to get a drink, and then all of a sudden these guys like notice that he's one of the Belmont family, and in the show they explain that the Belmont family is actually fights monsters and stuff to protect the people of Chrysid, I think. I don't know. It was either Wallachia or Chrysid that was the city's name, or I'm just call it the village. And I know a bunch of people in the comments are gonna say, well, if you watched the whole show, then why didn't you know the city? Well, because I finished it. Well, I started on Monday. Well, I started the show on say a Sunday, and then later like I finished it just yesterday, last night, and it was okay, to the point where I nearly almost forgot about this show because I don't know, it's just that for me, like, everything's going on and stuff. And now let's talk about the things that I did like in the show. First of all, the dialogue and the voice acting. The voice acting is pretty unique in this one, and I would just give it a 10 out of 10 if I was just judging this show if I was just judging this show on just the voice acting. And also the animation, pretty unique in an anime way. Just saying, since I don't know. And what else did I like? The characters, which I already explained. And yeah, I think that's about it of what I liked. And now, what I didn't like was just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like a perfect show for me, since I didn't quite see kind of the flaws in this one. Or, wait. Maybe the only flaw that I have is just that Trevor Belmont in this show is kind of like, there's sometimes where he could be like likable, he could be like cool, but then there's scenes where like he could be just unlikable and stuff. And also this is coming from the guy that never played the Castlevania games, and before y'all attack me and stuff, no, I didn't play the game, so I don't know the character. I'd say he was cool and all, it's just that sometimes he's kind of likable. And yeah. And so, and I know this is not kind of like, I know this is, wait. Oh snap. It's because I was trying to think of what I didn't like, and then it turned out that I liked it. It was just the technical thing, was just the pacing and stuff, which like mostly for me, like pacing, I don't know. It's just that whenever I see a TV show, like the pacing just goes slow and stuff, but this one just goes like really, really fast, to the point where I felt like it was 5 minutes, but in the total time, which in each episode, which is 23 minutes. And then another like flaw, which this is not kind of a flaw. This is something that I kind of like want. That kind of just wish they would originally did, was just to take all the 4 episodes, which I forgot to tell y'all. This show, in this show, like, there's not that much episodes in this show because I think it's trying to be like a mini series or something, but just I don't know. I wish they could have made like a movie out of this, just and then at the end just like a cliffhanger of what the sequel's gonna be. And I know how just take all the total 4 episodes. Yes, there are 4 episodes of this show, and I'm not joking. Go on Netflix right now and look it up. There's just 4 episodes of this show, and I really enjoyed them all. And this is kind of like the first show that I finished this season, aside from The Walking Dead season 2, but that's just another thing. And so yeah, there are 4 episodes of this show. I wish like they would originally had all 4 of these episodes and then crammed them up into just a movie out of it. I would have liked it, but but they decided to go with a show, and it's okay, but I don't know. But and another thing that I forgot to talk about was just the scenes in this show, which this is like kind of like a spoiler since I'm really good like explaining about the show. And oh my gosh, this is a show like if there's any young anime like just any age like between 8 to 12, then this is definitely not show for you, because this has to be one of the like kind of like one of the goriest shows that I ever goriest shows that I ever seen, because they're oh my gosh. And yes, I know like they were going for gory, and I know the game is violent too, in which don't hit me with the hate comments. No. And yes, I know it is, and I kind of like got used to it since the game that the game that this show is based on is pretty violent stuff. And yeah, do I need to say anything else? I don't think so. For the final verdict, I am feeling, and overall, this is a pretty good show on Netflix. And if you're planning to binge watch like anything with something like Netflix and chill, then I totally recommend this show, because it is pretty good, especially if you're either the fan of the video game, or a fan of anime, or just a casual TV watcher. Then I highly recommend every one of y'all to go watch it right now. And so overall, I am feeling this show a 8 out of 10 on this one. Or yeah, an 8 out of 10 on this one. And yeah, this is the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like. And as always, comment down below and let me know what you want to see next. And as always, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat and LiveMe. And yeah, that's about it. This is BossBoyTheWinKing here. Bye, peace, and deuces.